What's up everyone? Welcome or welcome back to the Marketing Nomad YouTube channel. I am the Marketing Nomad. Alrighty, today is going to be a little bit different. There's something that my mom has been telling me ever since I was probably a kid, right? And she reminds me of this very, very often. In fact, I think it's probably one of the most said quotes by her, and she learned this from her father. All right, so that's my grandfather. And I wanted to share that with you because as much as I've heard this all my life pretty much, and I have implemented it many a times in my life, and there have been moments where she stepped in to remind me of this particular lesson. This quote or reminder of hers has been landing very deeply within me, at least for the last 6 months. I don't know where that shift happened or how it happened, but I think that I am seeing so many opportunities or patterns in my life where that particular reminder is landing so well for me. And I wanted to share that with you because it's been on my mind quite heavy, at least in the last 6 months. Even though my mom has pretty much told me this every other every other moment in my life, I'm pretty sure my mom has told me this. This is one of, like I said, it's one of the things that she often repeats as well. All right. So I'm going to share that with you. She always says this. She says, from every single person, there is something to learn. What to do or what not to do. All right. So every single time I would watch someone and maybe I was mistreated in that situation, or they weren't treating me very well, or something happened and the person acted in a misaligned way, my mom would always remind me, from every single person, you can learn something, what to do or what not to do. So from this person, you learn what not to do. All right. And so every single moment in my life, whenever someone has inspired me, I've learned from them. I've kind of understood that, okay, I need to learn something from them, and that is what to do. And then if there's something that maybe someone was taking a misaligned action, I would learn from them, yes, but I would learn what not to do. All right, so this has been a very profound lesson that my mom has taught me. There's always something to learn from every single person out there, what to do or what not to do. And in the last 6 months, this has been landing so deeply within me. It's not that I haven't picked it up before. There have been moments in my life where, this thought has come to my mind, like this reminder exactly in my mom's voice. It's come to my mind and, I would implement it. But in the last 6 months, I've kind of been seeing a lot of circumstances in my life where I'm learning from every single person who's stepping into my life or who is interacting with me. And sometimes it is what to do, but sometimes it is also what not to do. And one of the reasons why I like this quote so much is that it teaches you how to be grateful for every single person who's there in your life, because you've learned something from them. Even if it is learning what not to do or how not to behave, that is still something that you've learned from them, and that is something that you need to be grateful for their role in your life. And this has been hitting pretty hard on me. Like, it's been landing very, very deeply on me, and I'm so grateful that time and again she's kept reminding me all about this all throughout my life. Every time there was something good that happened, she would say, there's always something that you can learn from every single person out there. What to do? Take that. If they behaved in a misaligned way, well, you can still learn from them, and that is to learn what not to do in that particular situation. And yeah, I guess this whole video is just like a thank you to my mom and of course my grandfather, because if it hadn't been for his words, my mom would not have known about it, and then my mom would not have been able to tell me. But yeah, it's really a beautiful thought, because oftentimes there are people in our lives who step in to teach us certain things, and it might not be teaching us as in teaching us a lesson, but I think that they can teach us by us understanding what not to do or how not to behave in particular situations, or if we were faced with a similar situation. So I was just thinking about that. I wanted to share that with you. Off late, I've been just looking at every single person who enters my life or who I've been interacting with me in the last 6 months, and it's more of a conscious effort. Like, okay, well, what am I learning from this person? Even if it is a child or an adult, I'm asking myself, well, what am I learning from them? you know, what to do or what not to do, whatever it is, what am I learning from them? And then I'm grateful for that interaction. I'm grateful for that experience. So it's something that very consciously I've been doing for the last 6 months. I like that. I like that I'm doing that because I'm no more, I guess, no more thinking about how is that person affecting me or what's going on with me. I'm more about taking on the lesson from that particular interaction. I'm more about what am I supposed to learn from this? What am I supposed to learn from this person? And so that shifts a lot of my focus off of myself and more about the learning process and what is this person's role in my life. So I like that. I like that I've been doing that. And I want to continue doing that. Before that, I wanted to share that with you in case this is also something that can help you in some way. So there is always something that you can learn from every single person, what to do or what not to do. All right. And I think that it just teaches you to be grateful for every single person who stepped into your life, because either you've learned from them what to do or you've learned from them what not to do. And that by itself has helped in some kind of growth within you. And so for that, you can be grateful. That can also help you find peace in maybe certain relationships or connections that didn't necessarily do you very well. I think that it can bring you that closure, that sense of peace that, okay, well, they taught me what not to do and they taught me how not to behave. So if there's any other circumstance and I'm in that person's place, I would never do that. And I've learned how not to behave because of this person. So I guess it does, to an extent, helps you kind of make peace with even people who may not necessarily have had the best intentions for you, or who may not necessarily have treated you very well, or maybe even went out of their way to kind of put you through a lot of difficulties. All right. So I'm going to repeat it again. This is something that my mom tells me all the time. And this is something that her dad taught her. From every single person, there is always something to learn, either what to do or what not to do. All right. So this is where I'll leave you for today. I really hope that this video, maybe got you thinking about it. If it did, definitely do give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because that tells you every single time I do upload a YouTube video. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.